It was a battle of defenses at the Caesars Superdome, and the New Orleans Saints would fall short in this one, 15-12. This was tough. The offense really struggled early in this ball game, mixing up a lot of fronts and giving them so many different looks that they could not get the running game going early, although they did get 3 points and got 3 points to hold them through the half and through the third quarter. Derek Carr said it himself. These fronts that they mixed up really gave them trouble in this football game.
I think they did a good job mixing up their fronts. They had a lot of dudes on line scrimmage. Really sold out to try and stop the run, and they did a good job. You have to give credit to them. They made more plays than we did. We as an offense, I start with myself. I wasn't perfect, in all of my stuff, and you go back, you got to correct it. But you knew adversity would happen at some point. It's not going to be that easy all the time. And so, for us, it's a great opportunity. You get hit in the mouth. And with that said, I thought we responded. To a tough, gritty game. It wasn't all just bombs and this kind of stuff. We had to grind it out a little bit and still make plays at the end and all that kind of stuff. And then at the very end, they made one more play than we did. And that's how this game goes sometimes. But there's no discouragement or anything like that. You're pissed because you lost. You're mad at that. You want to win all these games. But end of the day, we played a really good football team, and we knew what type of team they were. You turn the film on, everyone talks about whatever. That didn't even matter. You turn the film on, and we knew what we were going to get ourselves into. And so it was a grind, but they made more plays than we did.
And they really did make a lot of plays late, and that's what really hurt this football team. Despite the explosive plays early, the defense was able to kind of stifle them a bit, keep them out of the red zone, and keep them off the scoreboard. It was in the fourth quarter where they had their trouble, and Coach Dennis Allen talked a little bit about that.
I don't think we played as well as we're capable of playing, and yet you got to give those guys credit. I mean, they beat us today, and we had our opportunities. I don't think we played, obviously as well on offense as we had played the first 2 weeks. Give their defense credit. Defensively, we just gave up too many explosive plays, and that was really the key to the game is the explosive plays that we gave up, and really kind of our inability to move the ball offensively.
And these are the explosive plays that really hurt them. Right here is the first one to take the lead here. Saquon Barkley, you see the linebackers out of position, and he is gone to the end zone for the touchdown. And this really was the start and the beginning of the bleeding here. Well, you can't allow Saquon to go at the edge untouched there. But they were able to answer with Chris Olave. Touchdown here, the toe drag swag to take the lead. And it was really thought right here that the Saints would be able to go out of this thing with a win, a very close win here. But it was the defense at the end that would give up the explosive play. Man, you have those guys running into each other. Just think, if they don't get caught up in their own mess, you maybe get a tackle here and force them to continue to try to move this ball down the field. And this one here was the dagger to put them right in the red zone and to get this final score to seal the deal. Very unfortunate for the defense. And Tyrann Mathieu talked about the frustration.
Yeah, it's frustrating. Hats off to those guys. They made the plays, when it mattered the most. You know what I mean? And you could play great defense for, 55 minutes, and 5 minutes it could kind of get away from you. And so, we'll learn from it. It's still early. We're still confident, in what we can do. But hats off to those guys. They executed, in those moments.
It's early in the season, though. Even though they fall to 2-1, they will go on next week to take on a division foe, a division rival. They will go to the Mercedes-Benz Dome to take on the Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta, a team coming off of a loss, a very close loss to a Super Bowl champion. This one is always good, and you can throw the records out of the window. They come and they both come to play, and this one's going to be a tough one and going to be one to watch. This is one that the defense has to show up and make plays and not allow the explosive plays that hurt them in this ball game. For Sports Journey, I'm Dujane Bland.